US military strikes in Nigeria. What really happened and why it matters. America's rise in Africa inside the US military operation in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Gold TV. Today, we bring you a major-breaking story with serious implications for Africa, the United States, and global security. The United States has confirmed that it carried out military strikes in Nigeria, targeting extremist groups linked to the Islamic State, also known as ISIS. Why did the United States strike inside Nigeria? What exactly happened on the ground? And what does this mean for Nigeria, Africa, and the world? Stay with us as we break down the full story, the background, the motives, and the possible consequences of these operations. Why Nigeria matters? Nigeria is Africa's most populous country and one of its most strategic nations. For more than a decade, the country has faced serious security challenges, especially in its northern regions. Armed extremist groups, including ISIS-affiliated factions and Boko Haram splinter groups, have carried out deadly attacks against civilians, security forces, and local communities. These groups operate across borders, taking advantage of weak security zones in the Sahel and West Africa. For the United States and its allies, this region has become a critical front in the global fight against terrorism. What happened? The U.S. military operation. According to official statements, the United States conducted Prussians military strikes against suspected ISIS-linked targets inside Nigeria. U.S. Africa Command, known as AFRICOM, coordinated the operation using intelligence gathered over time. American officials stated that the targets were terrorist camps and operational hideouts, not civilian areas. The operation was described as limited, targeted, and focused on preventing future attacks both in Nigeria and beyond. While the US has not realized full operational details, officials emphasized that the strikes were aimed at neutralizing leadership elements and disrupting terrorist planning. Cooperation with Nigeria. One key question many people are asking is, did Nigeria approve these strikes? Nigerian authority confirmed that the operation was conducted within a framework of security cooperation between Nigeria and the United States. For years, the US has supported Nigeria through intelligence sharing, training, and logistical assistance in the fight against terrorism. Officials from Abuja stated that Nigeria remains committed to working with international partners to restore stability and protect civilians. However, they also stressed the importance of respecting national sovereignty and protecting innocent lives. Why the US took action? From Washington perspective, the strikes send a clear message. The United States considers ISIS in Africa a direct threat to global security, not just a regional problem. US leaders agree that allowing extremist groups to expand in West Africa could destabilize military countries, fuel mass displacements, and create new safe havens for international terrorism. The operation also fits into a broader U.S. strategy of counterterrorism without large troop deployments, relying instead on targeted strikes and partnerships. Reaction and controversy. As expected, the strikes have generated mixed reactions. Some analysts say the operation was necessary to weaken the terrorist extremist network. Others warn that the foreign military action, even when targeted, can increase resistance, radicalization, and instability if not followed by political and economic solutions. Human rights organizations are calling for transparency, demanding clear information about civilian impact and long-term consequences. On social media, debates continue over whether military force alone can truly defeat terrorism in Africa. What this means for Africa and the world. These operations highlight an important reality. Africa is now central to global security calculations. What happened in Nigeria affects neighboring countries, migration patterns, international trade, and global counter-terrorism efforts. If extremist groups are weakened, regional stability could improve. If not handled carefully, violence could spread further across West Africa. The future will depend on what comes next, not only military actions, but also governance, development, and regional cooperation. In conclusion, the U.S. military strikes in Nigeria mark a significant moment in the fight against terrorism in Africa. They raise serious questions about sovereignty, security, and the best path towards lasting peace. One thing is clear: the world is watching Nigeria, Africa, at the center of global attention, and the decision made today will shape security for years to come. Thank you for watching the Global TV. If you found this analysis helpful, like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth international coverage.